Today I'd like to discuss a little bit about aromatherapy. What is it? How is it beneficial? And some safety features that I always recommend. So that way if you come here to learn a little bit about oils, I like to make this disclaimer so that way you are more informed and understanding of essential oils and how they're used and their benefits. I also have a few books here with me that I enjoy because they're very comprehensible and they help you to educate yourself. Because first and foremost, in the information age that we are in, you cannot take anything for granted at all. And I highly recommend you do your own research before using these things, as well as it is never in place of medical care or treatment, and you should always consult a doctor or physician. If you are pregnant or nursing, a lot of these oils are not recommended to you. If you have little ones under the age of 2, their little lungs are not fully developed. You need to be sure that the oils that you do use, if they are aromatic or topical, that they are ones that are safe for your children, first and foremost. And those are things that I always recommend before you go into using oils. Oils are highly, highly concentrated. So it's like if you were to take that medication and it is 100 times what it normally is. That's why it requires very little of an essential oil to have the astound effects that they do. It's because they are of a very pure, high concentration. Now I know that some oils are diluted across the market, and it's up to you to find the purity or quality level that you like. I use a few different oils. For a while I sold Young Living. I am not a good salesman because I like to use a different mix of different oils depending on what I'm using them for. And I don't ingest the oils, and I don't recommend ingesting the oils. I know a lot of people who do aromatherapy and who work with oils do recommend that. That is not something that I will ever recommend to you. I think there are many other ways that you can use oils besides taking them internally. Creams, topical application, diffusers, room sprays, body sprays, that kind of thing are, to me, can be just as beneficial or more, depending on what the use is that what you're trying to achieve here. But for my purposes, I typically will recommend either a topical or a spray or a diffuser. And so first I'm going to start with the books that I've used over the years that have helped me to understand more. And there's a few websites too that I might end up sharing down below that I thoroughly enjoy that have helped as well. The first book is more of a non-traditional, so it's a book that's more in relationship to the energy of oils and the energy in the body. And it goes with meridians, times, like your organs work on a different time structure system, so they're more active at certain times of the day and less active in others. So it gives you a good breakdown of those things. And the author, I believe, wrote it based on Young Living essential oils, and most of those oils you can find in other providers of oils as well, unless it's a blend. And so the first one is called The Ultimate Balance, and I don't know how to reverse my screen so that it shows up correctly, but that one is one that I was just discussing, and it's pretty remarkable, and it breaks things down for you and tells you what meridians it's good for. So I'm trying to think. So this one's for the liver. Let's just give an example here. So it shows you the liver, the point on the body where it's helpful to apply, on the foot, on the liver, and those things. And then on the bottom, it gives you what emulsions, what oil blends, and it's just a very comprehensible, very easy, not a lot of information, but straight to the point. And it's really helpful for when you have something on you or your loved one or someone that you're working with. I do recommend that book a lot. And I am in no way affiliated with these. They're just the tools that I enjoy and I use and I want to share because of so much misinformation out there. I want to make sure that I'm covering all the bases of if you're looking, these are the ones that I do recommend. The other one, this is the first book that I got and I absolutely fell in love with it, and it is like my essential oil Bible. Like, I go to this for everything. And it's a complete book of essential oil and aromatherapy. And they go into every kind of ailment you can imagine, the different mixes that you can do, or different singles that are beneficial for what's going on. Everything from cleaning to pets to personal use. If you want to make an oil, like a oil blend, a concentrated blend, it shows you and tells you how to do that. What you can, if you're traveling, what do you want to take with you when you're traveling? It is incredibly beneficial for that. And then the third one is called The Healing Power of Essential Oils. That one is also very beneficial, and it breaks down genus and species of the plant and the derivatives of the plant if you're wanting to get really in detail and understand more of the chemical aspects of what it is that's happening. It explains that in a very easy to understand manner. And it goes through different recipes as well as what to keep in your home and in your essential oil toolkit. Those ones, I enjoy both of those. There's also a website, again, through Young Living, that is called Experience Essential Oils. She does the same. She goes through the genus, species, the Orac value. So Orac is going to tell you the higher the Orac value, usually the more beneficial substances it has within it. Orac, if I can remember the breakdown of Orac means. And then she goes through uses, application, origination, and so like old traditional uses of it, current uses, if you are into looking at the chakra systems in the body, what chakras is associated with, those are all very beneficial. I learned a lot with her as well as through these 3 books. I enjoy, for me personally, the oils that I found that are helpful are let's see if I've got them around. So there's the organic, and I'm gonna probably way mispronounce this, Aurora Acacia. And I love those oils, they're pretty great. And then there's the Now brand that you can find pretty easily. I like these for things like grapefruit, lime, lemon, your ones that are more common and highly produced. You're not going to have a lot of diluted properties within those ones, like you would with your frankincense or ones that are harder to come by. And then, so Young Living, Now, and then the other. So the Young Living ones, like frankincense, you're going to have a much higher quality in those oils. Not to say that I don't have that in the Now brand too, because again, depending on what you're using those for, determines the quality that you want. If you're applying it directly to the skin, you usually want a little higher quality. If you're putting it in a diffuser, the limbic system is going to recognize the scent itself. So the limbic system is what's in charge of your emotions, and has very powerful healing properties. So when you take in oils through your sense of smell, it sends a neurological response to the system to then create a reaction. So for me, if I'm using it in a diffuser, I yes, it's important to have good quality, and I'm not saying that I'm getting a lesser quality. I'm saying that I'm not going for top shelf, because it's still going to give me the similar or same reaction as long as it's of a natural derivative of the plant. To where if I'm applying it to my skin directly, I'm going to want that higher quality, just because then I'm absorbing it in some way. And this is just my personal preference, and again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And again, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not recommending any of this in to replace any medical care for anything. Just through my experience, that's what has worked for me through the years. Trying to think of anything else that I might be able to share. I feel like that's a good jumping off point as far as the oils and what they're there for. They're great for a lot of different things. They're helpful for stress relievers, headaches, aches, pains, and in conjunction with other things that you are also doing. It's not something that I usually recommend to replace something, but it is helpful in conjunction with some of your other modalities like massage and energy work and chiropractic and your traditional doctor. These are just things that are really beneficial. Immune boosters, helping with inflammation. It's just another tool that's really great. And so on this channel, I will be sharing different recipes and different ideas or different things that I found helpful, and the knowledge that I've gained, and hopefully that will help benefit you. And yeah, we'll go from there. Thank you, and I hope you have a pleasant day.